On the morning of August 14, 2005, at 6 and 7 am, a passenger aircraft of Helios Airways Flight 22 took off from Larnaca, a city in Cyprus. The aircraft was headed to Athens, Greece, with an estimated flight time of about an hour and a half. The plane carried 115 passengers, 4 cabin crew members, and about 2 pilots. Approximately 25 minutes after takeoff, at 6 and 23 am, the aircraft reached an altitude of 34,000 feet and continued to cruise normally. Around an hour and a half into the flight, at 7 and 3 am, it approached Athens International Airport and entered a holding pattern, a circular path where planes wait for landing clearance. Athens Air Traffic Control attempted to contact Helios 522 multiple times to grant landing permission, but no response was received. The plane continued circling in the holding pattern without any communication. 15 minutes later, an alert was issued and 2 F-16 fighter jets were dispatched to check on the aircraft. Upon reaching the aircraft, the F-16 pilots reported some shocking observations. The plane had no visible external damage, but the captain's seat was empty. The first officer was slumped forwards, motionless. Furthermore, none of the passengers reacted to the sight of the fighter jets, and many were wearing oxygen masks, but they all remained unresponsive. Moments later, one of the F-16 pilots noticed a man without an oxygen mask entering the cockpit and sitting into the captain's seat. He put on the headphones and tried to operate the controls. The F-16 pilot gestured to the man to attempt a landing, and the man responded by pointing downwards. Subsequently, the aircraft began a rapid descent and ultimately crashed, killing all 121 people on board and all the crew and all the pilots. This tragic incident left behind several unanswered questions. What happened during those 90 minutes after takeoff? Why was the captain's seat empty? And who was the man in the cockpit, and what was he trying to do? To answer these questions, we need to go back 8 hours earlier. At 1:20 am, the same Helios 522 aircraft landed in Cyprus after a 2.5-hour flight from London. During a routine inspection, the flight crew noticed an issue. The seal on the right side door of the plane had frozen and the door made noises during the flight. They reported this to the ground engineering team. Ensuring all doors are properly sealed, it's critical in any aircraft to prevent cabin pressure leaks. Cabin pressure is vital because as altitude increases, the oxygen level in the air decreases. At altitudes like Mount Everest's peak, which is 29,000 feet approximately, air pressure is 3 times lower than at sea level, making survival impossible without supplementary oxygen. Commercial aircraft, which often cruise at altitudes higher than Everest, maintain cabin pressure through a system that compresses outside air and pumps it into the cabin. This system, controlled by an outflow valve, ensures a safe and breathable environment for passengers and the crew. During the inspection, the 44-year-old ground engineer Alan Irwin used an auxiliary power unit, which is also known as APU, to pressurize the plane as the engine was off. For this test, he manually switched the pressurization system from auto to manual. After completing the inspection and finding no issues, he gave the aircraft the green signal for its next flight, but he forgot to switch the pressurization system back to auto. This small oversight set the stage of disasters. 58-year-old Captain Hans-Jürgen Martin and 51-year-old Tamkos Karalambos, both experienced pilots, were also failed to notice the pressurization system was still in manual during their pre-flight checks and takeoff. This critical mistake was attributed to expectation bias, where individuals see or hear what they expect rather than the reality. The aircraft reached its cruising altitude of 34,000 feet, and as the cabin pressure dropped, everyone on board, including the crew, became unconscious due to hypoxia. One passenger, however, managed to reach the cockpit and tried to control the plane. Unfortunately, his efforts were in vain, and the aircraft crashed moments later, killing everyone on board. This incident highlights how a series of small errors can lead to a catastrophic outcome. Tragedy serves as a grim reminder of the importance of meticulousness in aviation, where even the slightest oversight can have consequences. Take care. I'll see you in the next video.